Oh, look at that one.
All right.
Man in red.
It's great. All right. Cool. All right, guys, I'm so excited to do this talk. A few reasons. First off, I absolutely love developing people. I love seeing people succeed. I love working with reps and getting to their dreams. Now, I've been asked to talk about PPR for day 4 through 10 of the Fast Start. Now, and I was talking to John a second ago, in our division, 40 to 50% of our representatives' career sales are done within the Fast Start. Why should we not focus on the first 2 days? Why should we not focus on the first 2 days? I want you to write this down. And this is something that I really contemplated a lot last summer. Unless you keep reps accountable, you will always have average reps with All-American talent. Unless you keep reps accountable, you will always have average reps with All-American talent. This is kind of going back a little bit to Dustin just mentioned it, but setting up for the 4 to 10 days, you've got to have fun time on Sunday night. Make sure they get the assignments of 5 demos after advanced training. In our office, 4 offices that have launched at least 50 people this year, we're the only office over $1,000 in Fast Start productivity. And one of the biggest reasons is because they have demos after advanced training. What I do in day 2 in the scheduling, I actually take, whenever we go through, circling their demos when they can do it, I just draw a little half circle from 6 to 9 on Sunday, and I write phone time. I say, guys, here's the biggest, I want to explain why I put this in here. I want you to do demos if you've got demos, but understand if you do not, you need to make sure you're making calls. Something that's the best time to get a hold of people. The worst thing that ever happens is you have a great weekend, and then you have nothing set up for Monday or Tuesday. You feel absolutely overwhelmed that you just started your first week. So if my guys, if they do not have demos, then I talk to them, and I continue to make calls. I talk to them about phone time that night. If they have demos, then I talk to them Monday morning, and make sure that they're getting the assignment of 5 demos after advanced training. Now, the first thing, I've got 5 keys here. And I've had about 5 or 6 different people in the last day ask me, okay, productivity, why are you good? What are you doing differently? I'm just going to go through my entire 4 to 10 days. I think there's a lot of things that in here that a lot of you do. I think maybe there's some other things that you can pull out of it. But the first thing is bench training. I looked on the bench training that's in the flash drive. It's perfect. It's exactly what I run, except there are 3 things that I do that are not in there. I think it's on number 9, I believe. It's talking about getting more appointments. It says important to stay on your initial list of people you know. The handout that just came around, we're not quite on that just yet, just FYI. But what I actually, and I got this from Ryan Casey, and it's called the 4 gears. First gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. And this is exactly what he says. He says, starting with Cutco is like driving a stick shift car. The first gear is the people you know really well. Parents, family members, close friends. Most of you have a bunch of those people you didn't even get to see your first weekend. Okay, that's the first gear. Second gear are the people, you know, such as friends, parents, neighbors, parents, friends, etc. The third gear is the most important gear. These are the people that you kind of know. Like the neighbor lives 2 houses down from you really never talk to. Your receptionist at your dad's work, she knows who you are, you don't really know who she is. Maybe the lady that works with your mom. Your mom talks about you all the time, she knows exactly who you are, but you may not even really know her name. And the fourth gear are your permissions. Now, the third gear is the most important because they're perfect for the people that you're transitioning into, which are the permissions. Because if you jump from first gear to fourth gear in a stick shift car, what happens? You stall. Exactly. We don't want you to stall with Cutco. So guys, you want to go through the process. The third gear is what I like to call your chicken list. Everybody kind of looks at me. These are people you kind of know, but you're scared to call. Okay. And you can all see them go. Yep. Guys, I've been a rep. I tell them, I've been a rep. I know exactly what you have on your list. There's people that you kind of, oh, you know, maybe I'll call them if I have a chance after my phone call. Okay? And all of them, light bulb. Now, this is all I teach them on how to call these people. All I say is, this is all you have to do with people that you kind of know. Just say, my name may not ring a bell, but I'm, and then you explain how you know. My name may not ring a bell, but you work with my mom. My name may not ring a bell, but actually I'm such and such a son. You're his receptionist. My name may not ring a bell, but I'm dating your daughter. Just a couple guys are like, yeah, that's what we do. And I tell them my story. I go, here's the worst. I said, what's the worst thing that could ever happen if you call someone you don't know? What's the worst thing that happen? They say, no, exactly. You get to mark them off the list and never even look at it again. You're not going to lose any limbs. It's still going to come up tomorrow. Everything's good. What's the best thing that can happen? You sell an ultimate. You get like 20 permissions. And that sets your whole entire career. I talked to about, I actually give my personal story. I had a lady that I had not called for an entire month. And it was a lady who I played baseball with her son TJ, and I'll never forget it. And I remember my manager, he walked through it, and he's like, dude, you got to call your chicken list. So I finally called her. And as soon as I called her, I said, my name may not ring a bell, but I played baseball with your son TJ in high school, and she was like, Nathan Carson, how are you doing? I was like, Connie, I'm doing great. How are you? She was like, how's Waylon? I was on a pretty good team, and all the seniors had played baseball in college. She knew exactly where all of us had gone. I mean, I'm a sophomore in college at this point. I haven't seen this lady in 2.5 years. I'm doing great. And she was like, I would love to help you out. I set up an appointment, bought a 6+5, gave me 20 people. The biggest thing is because that week, her nephew was in training. And I tell my guys, who do you think was on his initial list? It's like, Connie, exactly. So what I did, I went back to her people and called every one of them, did all demos for all of his friends and family members. Here's the thing, guys. You need to do a demo, or somebody else is going to do a demo for him. Might as well be you. Might as well be you. Alright, so that's the first thing. Get them on that chicken list. You're going to have some, your top people are going to go, alright, let's do this. We might as well call them because they're competitive. They don't want other people to get that list. All right. Now the second thing that I teach in advanced training. How many of you talk about Will Northern or show his fast start sheet? Let me just kind of review this with you guys. This is probably one of the best fast start sheets to use. And this is actually from Ryan Casey, Western Region. They took it. Bring it back. And this is all I say, and some of you have not seen this fast start. But let me just kind of talk about Will Northern. He's from Fort Worth. He did $11,000 as fast start. And I actually print this out, and I have each one of my guys look at it and say, let me just talk about this guy. And this is my wrap-up, by the way. I give him this list, or give him the fast start sheet. I say his first 2 days, they're looking at it. He did 8 appointments with 5 cells, did 745 CPO. I said, a lot of you guys in this room beat him. Many of you doubled it. His second 3 days, he did 8 appointments again, but he sold on all of them and did 2911 CPO. What do you think happened between day 3 and day 4? Advanced training. Exactly what you're sitting in right now. This is advanced training. You're like, oh, I'm empowered. He reviewed the basics, fixed the mistakes, learned the bonus points in the streak of weapon. So 745 his first 3 days, 2911 his second 3 days. Last 4 days, he sold over $7,500. What do you think happened between day 6 and day 7?
Advanced training 2.
Advanced training 2. Let's see why he sold so much more. First 3 days, and they're all looking at this. First 3 days, he did 8 appointments. Second 3 days, he did 8 appointments. Last 4 days, he did 18 appointments. Why did he sell so much more? He did more appointments. Guys, what do you think I'm going to teach you in advanced training 2? How to get more appointments. Are these guys fired up about advanced training 2? they're like, oh crap, I'll get more customers whenever I get back to ministry too. So if you look at his fast start, Will did 34 appointments. He only had 4 no-sells. 3 of the 4 no-sells were during his first 3 days when he didn't know what he was doing.